my parents were developers and brokers, and that's all that I knew growing up. So I guess real estate's always kind of been in my blood. My freshman year, the end of my freshman year in college, we had to move out of our dorm and find a place to live. And my roommate, who has a technology background, and I had a real estate background, were sitting there one night and said, wouldn't it be great if you could find a place to live using the internet, at a time when the internet was brand new. So we decided to put together a website which would showcase properties for rents, and it really caught on quick. We opened a couple offices in other cities around the country, and before we knew it, that was kind of my life, was running an online internet real estate company back before anybody even really knew what that was. We got acquired, and I was on my way back to school when Yahoo called, which nobody had really ever heard of at the time, and said, hey, why don't you come, and we really want to build out our real estate web presence. Why don't you come and run that for us? So 6 years later, I had been running Yahoo Real Estate, traveling the country, speaking to the top brokerages around the nation about the internet and the use of real estate on the internet, and it was just an amazing time. When I had to decide to pick a broker and to kind of hang my license somewhere, the preeminent choice, not only in the Sarasota area, but in Florida, was the company Michael Saunders Company. I've never seen anybody who really kind of gets the internet and technology from a real estate perspective like Michael does. At the end of the day, there are over 4,000 realtors in Sarasota who can all assist you in buying or selling a home. But what you're really looking for amongst these realtors is the experience. And from my standpoint, that experience starts the moment they set foot on my website. That's why I have more information than anybody else out there. In-depth guides on neighborhoods, listings. You can see it in a satellite view or just from a straight map view. They want the best information. They want the best service, customer service, and experience. I've been very successful in kind of staying ahead of the market by utilizing web stats and things of that nature to let people know that, hey, right now, Lakewood Ranch in the $5,000 to $6,000 range is very popular. And with the tracking that we have, I can tell them, by the way, yesterday, 11 people saw your ad on my website, which, really allows the seller to get a really good feel about what's happening, how I am doing my job to market their property. With most of my clients, we tend to develop deeper friendships than normal. For example, when my wife and I had our baby, every single client that I've dealt with in the last 2 years sent us a present. It's that kind of a close relationship which I think is important to being successful in real estate and in life. It really has an impact on the way that I deal with clients who email me or call me and say, Ryan, we really need a good school district for our child, or Ryan, we really want a neighborhood with kids our age. Now I really, really understand it, and every time that I look at my daughter, I understand it even more. The internet has kind of taken that barrier down of a realtor being a guarder of information or a protector of information to more of a realtor being somebody who consults you on the sale or the purchase of a home. You really have to, have the client's best interests at heart, and being associated with a company like Michael Saunders Company, who's known throughout the country for ethics, trust, and integrity, just makes my job so much easier.